Hey guys, thanks so much for dropping by today. And I'm so excited to be the first to tell you, welcome to Clean Ministries. I'm Garrett Stacy, and today I'm going to talk to you guys a bit more about just who we are and what we're looking toward and how we want to minister to those around us. And I can sum it all up right now and tell you Jesus. Jesus is our focus. Jesus is our passion. Jesus is what and who and how and why and where. It's all about Jesus. Keep that in mind, okay? So now what I want to do is to share a bit more with you about exactly who we are. Cool? Okay, here we go. So in my own life, as a Christian, I was living a little bit contrary, a little bit rebellious, and not really living the life that God had, laid out for me, planned for me, desired for me, that kind of thing. Certainly he knew, obviously, that I'd be making decisions that I was making. Nothing gets past him. But it just wasn't really, again, focused on him, on Jesus, right? It was more about me. Up into the year 2014. And then in the year 2014, I started this study. A study on a man named Saul of Tarsus, later called Paul. And as I am engaging in this 90-day study, it's actually back up there now. As I'm engaging in this 90-day study, God is drawing me to himself in a way that caused me to know discipline, how to live the life that he desired for me to live. And when I say discipline, I don't mean this like heavy hand, mean. No. This discipline that produced freedom. That is an awesome discipline. So that study went on and on and on. And don't get me wrong, still some challenges in my life at that time. And, I can remember one point I'm at the beach and I am studying that morning up in my hotel room. And then guess what? Yeah, I go down to the beach and I get drunk, right? But God was using that time in my life to really draw me back to himself. So then let's fast forward to the next year 2015. One of my favorite church leaders, his name is Danny, was presenting this message, and it was all about being all in for Jesus. And certainly I now, at this point in my life, I was living that more disciplined and knowing freedom lifestyle. I was serving, I was teaching kids, which is amazing. I was, loving my neighbor. I was engaged in the things that God blesses us to be engaged in, and was really living a great and fruitful life. And then that message from a man, Danny, comes up about being all in, and I sensed God showing me, hey, you know what? You're holding something back here, Garrett. And through some time, I began to understand what it was. So I sensed him calling me into being a missionary, right? And so naturally, I'm like, missionary? Well, that means I must be heading off to Afghanistan or North Africa or South America, to the jungle, something like that, right? No, not the case. A few months go by, and I can distinctly remember it was about late September of 2015. And I really, really felt God's presence on me, showing me that no, my desire is for you to be a missionary in Austin, Texas. And you can even sense now the emotion that I'm feeling because, man, it scared me, right? Hey, going to Afghanistan, physical danger, absolutely. But being called to missions in Austin, Texas, where people know me, people knew my past, and realized that I was going to be exposed. Yeah, I was going to be sharing messages about myself, and it was scary, right? But God did not take his hand off me, man. No, the protection just became greater and stronger. And in that time, he really developed in me a passion for the LGBTQ plus community. Not only because of relationships I had been in, gay relationships, no, but because the LGBTQ plus community suffers a lot of harsh treatment from Christians. And I began to really grasp that and understand that. Even though I had lived in a part of the community for most of my adult years, leading up to 2011, I understood that, right? But now I had a passion for them, a renewed passion, a Jesus passion. And that then really began to help me focus on what this ministry was. So over time, then, God was leading me into places that quite frankly shocked me. I can remember the first night that I sensed God calling me to drive down to the areas where I used to club and hang out and to walk up and down those sidewalks, like while the clubs are open, right? And it was, again, terrifying. But, and I turned around a couple times, I'm not gonna lie. But I sensed God protecting me. And he was the one leading me there. And it was for such a big thing. It was for him to use me in my experience to love on those around me. And let's be clear here. LGBTQ plus, doesn't just a person who identifies, but it's those in their family, it's those in their business, it's those in their school, right? And so we are all involved, yeah? And if you're not, I ask you why. If you're not loving on, I ask you why, okay? Another day, another story. So up and down clubs, that kind of stuff. Then as some time moves forward, I sense God calling me to South First Street. And I'm like up and down South First Street on Saturdays, praying up and down South First Street, believing that this is where the ministry is going to be housed. I can distinctly remember I felt really moved to pray in between, on South First Street, to pray in between Elizabeth and Lone Oak. And then as time went on, we're talking a couple years, people. As time went on, I began to then really be narrowed to a spot on South First Street, 1619 South First Street. And around that building, many, many times I did pray. I wrote the business plan for Clean Ministries, and it was an amazing thing. I shared with my friends, I shared with my family, I shared with my coworkers about 1619 South First Street and all of these really cool things that were going to be taking place there. Then guess what? One Saturday, I drive up and the lot is leveled. The broker sign is removed. And here I am again, terrified, crushed, angry, just all these emotions going around the place, right? Not knowing anymore what to do. Like I had been given affirmation, seen signs and things, right? About this location. And now it's gone. And so what came of that then was not that Clean Ministries was gone, because here we are, but that it wasn't time yet for brick and mortar. It wasn't time yet to house Clean Ministries in that specific location. And hey, who knows, maybe one day, I don't know, we'll see. But for now, this is where we are, this channel, and God will work through this channel. And we are grateful for the platform that we have now and those behind the scenes that view content. And we're so excited about this channel, and really, really hope that you're excited about it too. So what's in the name? What's in the name Clean? Clean Ministries. Yeah? Okay, well, so I want to share a little bit with you on how that name came about. So in my own challenges in life and in my own decisions with engaging in dangerous behavior, if it's drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever it was, I was always kind of like tied to this I'm dirty, I'm trashy, I'm filthy, I'm not clean, which was an absolute lie. I was clean, and I am clean. You see, I'm a child of God. You see, I am saved by grace, and the act of the cross, Jesus, he washed me clean. His blood washed me clean. But there's also a force that the enemy will use against us constantly, and that is to tell us everything that we're not. And for me, it was that I was dirty, filthy, trashy. Yeah, I made some mistakes. Yeah, I engaged in behavior that I shouldn't have, but it in no way changed my identity. One of the greatest examples that comes to my mind and resides in my heart is an occasion. Again, this is because of some dangerous behavior, some choices I made. You know, I was at a county health clinic downtown Austin, and I find myself there as a result, again, of some dangerous behavior. And I find myself there, and it's like I'm with all these people, and it's like I don't look like any of these people. You know, I'm not homeless. You know, I'm not strung out right now. You know, I'm none of these things. But then again, I'm dirty, I'm filthy, I'm trashy. You see, there was this sense from the enemy, like trying to complicate dirt and filth and trash with pride, like you're better than them. Oh no, you're not, you're trash, all of this. Instead of me holding firm to the identity that Christ had placed over me, and that was clean. I could have been there ministering to them, all of those around me who were waiting on test results. I could have been sharing about him, Jesus, who had saved me and who had redeemed me. And even though I had made bad decisions, he had never left me. No, I didn't do that, right? Because I was holding on to this, you're dirty, filthy, trashy kind of thing. You know, that was long ago, long before 2014. But it really, really resonated with me as God was drawing me back to himself, you know, over these past 6-7 years, and how I really didn't see myself as clean, even though I was. And even though there's process in that, you know, the identity is firm. The identity does not change. The identity is that I am clean. And so that's where the name Clean Ministries comes from. And that's exactly where we're going, is that we want each and every person who comes in contact with us to know that if you have not yet made a decision for Jesus Christ to be the Lord, to be your Savior, then you have that opportunity to be clean. He will do it. He's done it. You just say yes. That is it. If you have, and you are in a place in your life where he is your Lord and Savior, you've made that decision for him. You said yes years ago, months ago, days ago, minutes ago, who knows? If you are, we want to work with you in developing you and your relationship with Jesus so that you don't suffer through the lies of the enemy telling you you're dirty, you're filthy, you're trashy, you're clean, telling you that you're the things that you are not, but instead remembering who you are. You're clean, you're his. You see, Jesus has this remarkable way about him. He is unwilling to let go. He is unwilling to relent. There's some lyrics in a song that describe his love like a hurricane. It is fierce. Man, he comes after you. His love comes after you, surrounds you, will not let you go. And all he asks is that you say yes. That is it. So I want to read something really quickly from the business plan, the last portion of the business plan that really talks about the future for Clean Ministries. And it's this. Ready? Simple. Some will choose him, some will reject him. Through Clean Ministries, he will make his gift of salvation known to both. Hey, so thanks for dropping in today. Again, welcome to Clean Ministries. You know, the next few messages that we share with you, it's going to be about where we've been, where we are, where we're going. Then after those 3 messages, we'll engage in some fun studies and that kind of stuff. So yeah, so excited that you dropped in today to hear about who we are. And man, again, one more time, please subscribe and please tell your friends and family and coworkers and maybe your enemies, whoever, like tell them about Clean Ministries and this channel. We would love for you to continue being a part.